Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. Guys, the governing board of tennis every year prints out a report for us that states that tennis participation is up. And it's up every year. But they're up in very, very small percentages. So I thought to myself, what does tennis really need to up the numbers of participation? Stay tuned. Sky, great playing today, man.
Thanks. Good hitting.
Oh, thank you.
My arm doesn't feel right.
Uh-oh. Interesting. I got something. Hang on. See? I don't feel a thing.
Wow. My arm doesn't feel a thing. Feels great.
See? I told you.
All right, Harry. One more shot. I'm going to go real big. This is great. Yeah.
All right, guys. I feel like COVID gave tennis a shot in the arm it needed in terms of participation. The numbers kind of went through the roof. I feel like participation went up close to 30% during COVID because it was an outdoor activity.
It's one of the only things you could do.
That too. So people came out of the woodwork with old tennis rackets or bought new tennis rackets and gave tennis a nice shot in the arm that it needed. Now we are 4 or 5 years past that now, and I feel like numbers have leveled off and the participation is kind of back to going up about 1% to 2% a year. Now, I don't know where they're getting these numbers from, but it seems like every year it goes just a tick up higher. Coach Rob, what do you think the game of tennis needs to either maintain or increase, participation and popularity?
That's a great question. I would go, you always want to have your grassroots programs thriving. You need that development of up and coming kids playing and enjoying the game and learning the game and being out there and playing. You need that to continue to thrive because that's demographics going to get older. Right. They're going to end up playing into high school. They may be continuing on into college. Maybe they're not competing in college, but they're still playing. They're playing with friends. Then you hit the job market in the so-quote real world, and hopefully your free time, you can still connect with friends and play. And I know that's kind of a lull area, but sort of in that mid-20s where you may not have a ton of free time, or you've moved, or you're away from your tennis playing friends. But if you can play tennis, people will, find your parks, find your clubs, find your areas where you can get out and hit and play, and that will keep thriving. And then hopefully, as you grow older, maybe you come back to it if you played a lot and kind of got burned out or got tired of it, and then you come back to it later on in life, and play on. Like we've said before, my mom's 90 and still plays twice a week, so it's a game for life, as everyone knows. But as long as you're enjoying it and you're out there competing and socializing, and it's a great sport, as we know. But you have to be able to keep the grassroots growing and pushing that area so that you don't have a segment that falls off because they didn't get to play or lost the feeling for it, or went in a different direction because they had to have it now. It has to be cool,
So you bring up a great point. grassroots and tennis. Now, what age do you think would be best to start a child off at then?
In lessons or just,
Both, whatever participation.
To me, I've always answered it, and this was how I did it with my kids, is like, if you can stand up, you can hold a little racket, you can go push a red ball or a foam ball around, you don't need a lesson to do that. You can play that with your child, you can play that at a young age of just rolling, because really you're trying to help develop their eye-hand coordination.
Right.
And you want your child to know that it's something you'll do with you. Like baseball, dads play catch with their kids, their sons. And so if the child knows that you will go do it with them, even if it means in the garage, in the driveway,
right,
in a vacant street where you can knock it around and share that joy of passing the ball back and forth to each other, start at any age. Usually I would say lessons, some are, some start them at 5. To me, that's a little... it's fine if your program starts them at 5. Start them in kindergarten. Right. Is a good age. 1st grade, 2nd grade. As long as they can kind of get out there and do it. They don't have to hit a ball over a net. Chalk a line in the ground. Say, hey, pass it over the line. Okay, great.
Learn the hand-eye coordination.
Work the hand-eye coordination, because as we know, if you're ball savvy, you're a ball kid, so to speak, and you are used to being around any kind of ball, it's going to help your skills and your athleticism, and that will then let you thrive down the road at whatever sport you choose.
Got it. So you're thinking about later on developing the youth to bring and keep the popularity of the game going.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because if you don't have your grassroots, then it's like, okay, you're cutting off, that age group that you're working with gets older, moves on. Right. You don't have anybody coming behind them. It's a challenge.
Right. No, I get that for sure. So, Coach Rob, we talked about building for the future now. What about the now? What can we do now to bring up participation?
Keep making it fun. Try to find a way to make it cool, make it fun, make it exciting to be out there. And when kids get the bug and are into it, they're going to want to play more and enjoy it and compete and fall in love with the sport and hopefully want to continue playing.
So there's a new game that I just learned about a year ago. The name Dingles. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what the hell is a Dingles when I first thought of it? But apparently everybody talks about the game. They're like, oh, we're playing Dingles today, or we got Dingles Friday, or Dingles and wine. And I'm like, okay, well, anything to keep you out there. Like, why is Dingles something that's popular?
It's fun. It's fun for people to play. Right. That's what is getting them out there. It's a different format. And there's different versions of it, I'm sure. So what you could be calling it one version, somebody else could be thinking it's a different version. There's lots of games that you can play that have similar names, or somebody changed the name or heard it. But yeah, it's a fun,
Have you played it?
I've had my kids play it a little bit. They like playing it on their own. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, cool. If you don't know what that game is, it's 2 balls. It's doubles format with 2 balls. You hit cross court with 2 balls going. So you're hitting cross court until one person misses. The ball that's in play now, the only ball that's in play now, is now you're up. You get to actually
hit it anywhere you want.
Yep.
And whoever wins that point.
Yep.
Whichever side wins that point gets the point.
Right, exactly. So this is kind of what is keeping people out there. Instead of playing some formal doubles, Dingles allows people to just rally, and then kind of be competitive with that last ball. So a game like that keeps the sport going. Anything else out there that we can do? Can we put Taylor Swift out there? Or what? Like some kind of halftime show at the US Open? What?
Whatever works,
What
right?
can we do here?
Because you're trying to get the fringe fan to play more, or somebody who hasn't played or played when they were young coming back into the sport, to help. Because you're going to have your core. You're going to have I'm a tennis player, and then you're going to have some, I played a little bit when I was younger, or I played a little bit in middle school, and now I want to come back into it as I get older.
Yeah.
Significant others is a tennis player and you're not. Hey, I'm going to get back into it so I can go rally with my significant other and, try to get out there and enjoy it.
What would bring you onto the court on your day off, even if there is a football game on a Sunday? What would take Rob and put you on the court instead of watching the Niners?
So usually helping juniors.
Okay.
The USTA early development camp we were doing some green dot ball camp, and that was on a Sunday, and I said I would, help out and coach it and stuff. So that got me off. That got me to continue on being on my feet, not off my feet, but kept me on my feet for my one day off.
Okay, but that's helping. That's just taking care of the kids there. What would make you want to play on a Sunday instead of watching the Niners?
Playing with friends.
Okay, yeah. So that's the thing. We have to kind of find the group that is constant. Like I've been playing with one of my partners one day a week for literally 22 years now. I mean, although we've missed some time here and there on our travels or various things that happen, but we try to set aside a day and a time that we just get together for an hour to 2 hours. And, it's a little different now because my partner is a little older, but we still try to make time for each other to hit the ball around, do a little tennis, and a little socializing. But I feel like we need that person to keep us going, or else we're not playing. Or we need Taylor Swift or Beyonce or something out there. It's an interesting thing because the tennis is one of those sports that need a partner. I mean, unless you are fine with
ball machine, backboard.
Exactly.
Practicing your serve.
Exactly. Or get a fast track and then fast track your way to tennis, right? But guys, yeah, it's participation is interesting, and it's going to be very interesting how the next 5 or 10 years is going to look out there because the game is changing. The participation is, I mean, every year they say it's up. I'm not sure about that. I question how they take the survey. I mean, are they going out to every court and like, oh yeah, there's 4 people here?
Could be racket sales, tennis ball sales, USTA participation. Are they getting more new members? There's probably lots of ways they can try to find the answer they want.
That's true. Never thought of it that way. I thought it was just, since my simple mind, and it's like, I'll go to every court and say, how many people were here today?
Good luck with that.
Anyways, Coach Rob, thank you so much.
Sure.
Guys, tell me, what do you want to see in tennis? What's going to keep you on the court? Like, what would help grow the sport? Let us know in the comments. What does tennis need? Let us know in the comments. Guys, thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis.